Hey everyone, welcome to Fall for the Outdoors at Magnolias. Today we're going to do a fun live and we're going to talk about how all these outdoor stems, outdoor bushes can fill your planters, whether they're dirt planters or foam planters at your house for the fall season ahead. So stay tuned, join me and hang out and we'll give you some tips and tricks that the designers use to make the outside of your house look amazing. My name is Amy. I am right here helping you out for the next hour. Kate's behind the camera.
Hello, happy Monday to everyone. We have some beautiful sale fall stems.
All of these.
They're going to look so good in your outdoor porch pots, and we're going to give you all the inspiration to make that a beautiful.
It's going to be a action-packed 1 hour of tips and tricks for your outdoor decor designing, and I am all about it. We're ready.
Yes.
We've got a whole bucket. We've got a whole room full of beautiful outdoor things. I even have some pots of dirt to talk about how this can be done outside your house, whether you're using the planters that you had for summer or you're switching gears and doing planters with styrofoam. We can do either way, and I'll give you and share the tricks on how I get those done at my house. Thanks for joining me. Who's going to hang out today?
We have Patty, Debbie, Pat, Tammy, Joyce, Tracy, Deborah, Kathy, Aloha, Naomi, Judy in Wisconsin. It's good to have you all on. I love when you say hello because I love to say hello back. Nancy and Cahokia.
I like it but I know I'm not alone.
Yes.
That's why. It's proof that I'm not alone.
The other TT's hopping on. Brenda, Barb, Lorrae, Jan. A nice cool morning in Colorado, she says.
Oh, is it? Good. It started out a little weird this morning. It was like the clouds were covering the sky when the sun was trying to rise, and it made it like weird greeny gray outside. It almost felt like when there was an eclipse, how the cloud cover was. It was odd.
Very strange.
Yeah, I noticed it this morning. I was having coffee on my patio. I'm like, what is happening there?
Hello, Stephanie. And I was probably asleep at that point still.
She was still asleep.
Joanne, good afternoon to you. Elizabeth, Susie, Sue, she's waiting for her pumpkin sassafras insert this afternoon.
We were going to talk about those today.
We are.
Which one did you get? You'll have to chime in.
You might have some inspo to pair with your sassafras today. Hello, Susan, Pauline.
Well, good.
Marga, Sharon, Linda. Hey, Marilyn. I love to say hello to you guys. It's so nice that you say hello to us. It makes us feel like we're not alone here on the big bad internet.
The big bad internet. Yes. It can be good. It can be bad. That's
Jane pulled and froze the last of her garden carrots. Can you freeze carrots? Like whole carrots?
You have to blanch them? I bet you have to blanch them. I have a bunch of carrots in my garden, and they're probably going to get too woody if I don't get them out. I saw a couple of them bolted, and I know that's bad.
What's bolting?
When the greens just start getting really tall, and one of them actually started blooming. I know that's probably extra bad.
Oh, oops.
That means they're too far.
Yeah, I think mine.
Yours are doing
I did pull some. And then there was one that I
eat so many carrots.
Yeah, there's one I bit into it, and it was like woody in the center. I was like, is this one not ready? So maybe it was just too far. Okay, I better go pick the rest of my carrots today.
I haven't coached her very much.
No.
Picked apples. Oh, yeah.
I'm a bad gardener.
Apples sound amazing, dehydrated. Lorraine, that's a great call.
Rita, hello. Cherry got her DIY kits and made them as Amy designed. Well, amateur, close enough, LOL. They're beautiful. I'm so happy I purchased them. Never disappointed, she says.
Well, hey, you guys are all busy. Nobody's just sitting around slacking, it sounds like.
Not at all.
So talking about how to finish up your porch pots, I know many of you are Johnny on the spot and you already have yours done. In our neck of the woods, we had a week of like 80, 90 degree temps. Even yesterday, what did it get to? It was 90.
85.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot.
It felt like 90.
So nothing is freezing. Nothing is dying unless you're sick of it and quit watering, which is a thing. You might have already let your plants die. So if you have nothing in your pots and you're still shopping for fun ideas, this is going to help you today. If you're here and your stuff hasn't froze and you've watered it or it's making a comeback, you haven't even started thinking about this perhaps, your pots of dirt are perfectly good to put bushes and stems into in their entirety. Like, don't cut them up, but use your bushes and stems, put them in the pot of dirt. Oh, wow, look at that. This is from my house, and there's a tiny little stick-on sparkle.
Is there really?
Shocking. There's stick-on sparkles in my pot from my girls. The thing about the planters that this one does not have is you could just cut off your dead summer flowers. Just cut them off. Don't pull them all out. When you pull them out and you loosen up the dirt and it gets light and fluffy, it doesn't hold your stems as well as old, hard, compact dirt. So to keep your hard dirt compact, just cut off the dead material and poke this stuff in around it, And more than likely, that's the better option. If you pull everything out, loosen all the dirt, and it's light and fluffy, then when you go to put your stems in, they are not as stable and they're just barely grasping into the dirt planter. So this is about a 14, maybe 12 to 14 inch planter here filled with dirt. It's not fancy, it's just plastic. This would normally go in a outdoor big ceramic, one of those big outdoor like Earl May planters is what this one would sit into. I'm going to use one of our larger mixed color bushes, and Kate's dropping one link to all your outdoor items.
Yes, every day and fall.
Right.
The fall that's on sale, it's an automatic discount, so you don't have to do anything. It'll even tell you which things are 15% off.
Right in your
in
cart?
the top left corner of the photo
and
in your cart. Yep. So everything for fall is automatically discounted, easy peasy. And you can shop those items mixed in with the everyday, because sometimes you need some everyday supporting colors to fill out your pot.
So this one bush, this is the long trailing autumn mixed maple. We also have a short one that hasn't got any length to it. I don't see it behind me. And we have a tall stem like this. So there's 3 different pieces right now in this leaf. A tall 3-part
It's called the flame maple leaf hanging bush.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, the flame.
That's the one I've got in this pot, and it's filling it up pretty well. You can see it's covering the whole thing in this 12 to 14 inch diameter. Then we're just going to use 2 complete bushes and overlay them, kind of pinning down the greens even further and adding the colored bushes. And this planter is going to kind of look a little bit more balanced in the round. We're going to use the mum bush here that is was regularly priced $39. What's the sale price on our mums these days? This is the gold color. And before I pop this in, I will show you all 3 colors for reference.
On sale for $33.
$33 now. These are outdoor safe. We use them for outdoors. Nothing in our fall collection is billed as UV protected. This year we don't have any vendors providing UV protected merchandise. So just throwing that out there. What we're selling is outdoor safe is by my assessment of what's going to hold up well outside. We have the colors of mums that we carry every year in gold. And this is the 2-tone orange color, which is orange gold. And this is the color called gold rust. You can see the little 2-tone accent on the blooms. I love them together. I think they're so pretty together, but we're going to mix this planter with the contrast of the bright gold and this marigold bush. Is that what this is? I think it's
so.
Marigold. This one's kind of new. It was a back order.
On sale. Well, let's see. Is it the mauve marigold
It's called
bush?
gold and mauve, but to be honest, I think it's yellow and rust.
$25 is the sale price.
It's maybe a burgundy tone. But together, these things are really colorful and pretty, and they look quite natural at a distance, I'm going to say. You could fool your friends with that look.
Yes.
Or your neighbors. And then for some height, we could stick some stems of bittersweet, spiking right up the middle. These are full stems. I'm not going to cut anything, and obviously, I'm not going to ship this because it's a pot of dirt. But you're getting some ideas here about individual stems and how they look together, and some tips on how to assemble these bushes and stems at your house. Okay, this is 2 stems of bittersweet, recently restocked. Yes, it had been sold out, and now it is back in stock. So you can spike those right up the middle. And then if you wanted to add more color, you could put some taller, rusty colored sunflowers. This would be an optional add-in if we place a couple of those out the top. This is the red sunflower spray, which feels to me rusty red. It's definitely a pretty one. It's not a huge bloom. It's about a 5-inch bloom, I'd say, in the diameter of it. And we can pop a couple of those down the center with the bittersweet for additional items with height. And honestly, that could be considered done if you want to just keep it simple and not go crazy with too many components. Keep it easy for yourself. I think that the mum and the marigold fill really well. And here I've kind of placed the 2 sunflowers so it looks nice from any direction. They're kind of back to back, sharing the center. The mum is filling on one side, the marigold on the other, and the plant drapes longer on the front than it does over here on this side. So that's just, what did I put in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 components popped into a pot of dirt, made simple today, just keeping it minimal items and easy placement. So we're starting off easy, so you don't get nervous. You can do all this. It's perfectly, you're perfectly capable of doing it all.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for saying hello.
Hi.
Looks like Kathy's
everybody.
Oh, Kathy, we're thinking of you. Our grandson's school's locked down.
Oh no, really?
Scary.
Oh gosh, there's weird stuff happening. Actually, in Omaha, we did some situations, and in the town where I live, there was a situation.
Yes, there
Everybody
was.
is clearly highly on alert. Every school takes anything seriously.
I'm glad.
So I'm sure they're just being cautious.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's nothing.
Joanne bought some mums 3 years ago to put in my husband's urn. They still faded even though I used the spray. They said to use to protect them the year.
I wish I knew more about that spray. It exists. We have been using it, and we are, it's just a product that's out there. We aren't being told by any of our vendors anything special about their thoughts on whether it's good or not. In the past, we've had fabric treatment products that we sprayed on stems and found that it looked like it was making the dye run as we sprayed them immediately. So that was a concern. We just choose the things we know do the best from trial and error, but everybody's environment's so different. Do you have 12 hours of direct sun, or do you have 4 hours of direct sun? Do you have full-blown wind beating it all up and it's getting the edges shabby? There's all kinds of variables in the environment that we can't control. We just do the best we can with our choices. Every year when we buy, it's agony.
Yeah,
we're going to use this vine. So another dirt pot today. We're just going to start with those, and then I'll switch gears and talk about foam planters. These little vines are really good trailers. They're three-part vines. Boom, boom, boom. They're newer also. And the color on these is really fun color combo. It's just a little different than the one I just used. For comparison, here's the difference. The one I just used and the three-part vine. So if this little guy went into a planter that had some height, like an elevated 3-foot tall kind of thing, if my dirt liner pot dropped into something taller, these would give us some really good trail coming out of it. So that's why I'm grabbing these today. And then I also wanted to show you, this is a phenomenal color with the red leaves, I think. This is a Burgundy spider mum. Is that what it's called? Garden mum bush in Burgundy. It's a spider mum, but I think we're just calling it mum bush.
Garden mum bush.
Garden mum bush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Sale
blooms.
price is $14.
So I'm going to put 2 of them together. That makes 12 blooms. Can we offset these? Yeah, let's do that. Offset these a little bit. They have some good
the rich color.
Yes, I like that too. This, incidentally, is a good match for, I like the color together too. This is a little bit more burgundy. This is a little more red. The sunflower that I just used is very pretty with that. But we're going to combo up some different things today. So let's group that in one spot. Let's group this little shorty sunflower. He is a cute guy. There's 3 pieces to each stem, but the stem length is only 17 inches. So they're going to look good in a lower planter like this as well. Let's cluster those together. There you can see how nice they look, contrasting the leaves, contrasting here. I also have this really sharp aspen leaf, so pretty. Check out how tall and showy this aspen leaf is. Now if I stick this in here, I'm going to wish it was a little shorter, but I can't cut it. So let's just elevate this. We're going to put that one towards the back. Yep, that's all the further it goes in. And maybe I should use something more proportionate since I can't cut stems today.
I can't cut them.
I can't cut. Let's use the shorter one. Also yellow. This is the new Croton. And when I say new, it's just that these things showed up late in the game, so they haven't been here very long. And this yellow Croton is especially colorful and vibrant. So I think keys to your designs would be contrast. If you do tone on tone on tone, it can be very pretty, but you know, from a distance when you're driving down the street, what you really want to see is a juxtaposition of complementing and contrasting colors that are standing out against each other.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's what I think is a little more exciting than doing like an all white planter, which is pretty in its place, but sometimes gets a little No, it doesn't show as well from the street.
Well,
so
and
I'm
that
always
maple
conscious.
vine kind of has some plummy tones in it, so that's kind of tying it all together. So if you pick a maple leaf or some kind of leaf that's bringing your colors together, I think it is easier
and I
to base it off that.
I don't know how we're doing on these guys online. We've had these for
hostas
quite some time. I hope we still have plenty of them online. I see a nice stash in the store. But that's going to bring
the Burgundy hosta
color.
Regular price item for $12.
We use it year-round in everyday color designing, but it actually brings this Burgundy Mom color really nicely.
Hi, Holly. She said, my house is orange, rust, and blue. Blue makes everything pop. Thanks for the tip.
Oh, yeah.
And Terry said, I completely agree with this, Amy. I'm in Florida, so I don't expect my flowers to last as long as my Michigan family. However, your quality is second to none, which is why I come back for every season, every year.
Thank you. And I know we had that discussion with you, and you're like the harshest test area.
Yes, for
I would
sure.
say. Nebraska's pretty bad, but Florida is also very hard on things.
Yes.
Here is our laurel leaf bush, green two-tone. It's very olivey, and it's also very full. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like there's about 12 segments.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm going to fill in over here. It's going to wrap around the back a little bit, make it look nice and full over here. And then I'm also going to throw in a couple, this is just a variety of contrasting things, a couple of these salal leaves in this flame color. These are single stem sprays. I'm just going to flare a couple of them over here behind the sunflowers for some wow factor. It's going to balance out the gold of the croton leaf and give some bright, vibrant color behind the yellow sunflower. A couple of those should work. Like that idea. And then we could say, hey, this looks pretty good. We have bows available online if you ever want to grab a bow. Those are all generally outdoor safe unless they have velvet going on. Let me double check this.
This one's getting pretty sprawling.
It's getting sprawling. It's flaring out. I'm imagining this planter is going to be used outside in something bigger. I'm just balancing over here.
Jeannie's wondering if we're going to do any everyday designs in the future.
Oh, well, it's not on my radar. Maybe I need to be. Let's see. I need a little rusty color right over here.
We do have some nice designs in our, what is this collection called next to me? I keep forgetting. The
white collection?
The white. Moon Mellow.
Moon Meadow?
I don't know why that is.
So this is our little mum.
I'll drop a link to some everyday pieces if you are just wanting a little everyday filler. We do have a beautiful assortment online.
So it is, we've been designing Christmas next, but I haven't been doing anything every day because there's nothing every day getting added to the online store. Maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Have not given that a thought since the walk-in customer has not been requesting every day. It's been so heavy on the fall. Mm-hmm. And usually that's where the requests come from is
well, that and I think our brain's all over the place.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, this is big and sprawly. Let me step back and show you where we are with color combos. So the orange mini mums stand out in the green laurel. The yellow croton balances out the yellow sunflower. The orange over here with the salal balances the orange mums. The vine brings it all together, and the purpley burgundy is repeated here and here. So that's kind of how that's ending up to be coming together in my logic for color balance, contrast, and showiness. There we go. Again, this is just dirt. Things just stuck into dirt. They feel pretty stable. I used the full stem length if it would go in. I mean, the further the stem goes in, the more stable and sturdy it will be. And Kate's right. We have all these beautiful sassafras mats. Can we see this one here? Here's an insert. Now you're going to have to show me the whole mat. If you haven't seen our inserts before, they're super inexpensive. These things are $13.50, and they are on sale. So the mat is just an insert section of this rubber-backed foam face printed picture, and you purchase this background piece, which is $23, and it will lay right in there. This is just the right color combo. Can I hold the whole thing up without dumping it? Here is your background mat. If you don't own such a thing.
Yeah, it's so nice to have.
hold this up
Switch
so you
it
can see.
out all the time. Oh, they love that look.
Here.
We're making Ruth rethink her. She says she usually is matchy-matchy, but seeing those contrasting combos is giving me second thoughts. Thanks.
Contrast, color theory. I don't know. Get out a color wheel online.
Yeah, that's actually really helpful.
So we are going to be selling these for every season, have continued to do so. This background mat is a rubber-backed, vented, heavyweight texture to kind of scrape your shoes as you're walking in. So you're provided the dimensional texture to help clean shoes. You're adding a space in the tray where this lays in, and the combination goes together to be really versatile every season.
And it looks like our online inventory for that particular one did sell out over the weekend, but we have them here at the store. So place your order today, and right before you hit the big blue checkout button, there's a little thing that says add order note. You can just say, hey, I really want that Changing Seasons Bird Sassafras mat.
Okay.
Yep, at the store. And they'll see that note, and they will get that added for you and brought over from the store so you can take advantage.
I'm going to throw this over there on the floor.
You got it?
Wow. Okay.
They're rubber. They're heavy. Joanne has
try
mat
another
and insert. She loves her. She's watching for the Christmas. You got it?
Not really. You can move it. Okay, let's go to foam. So a little bit about foam designing. This is a bucket that I use for demo purposes. I have placed in the top of the bucket some glued in foam. Now this is built, if you're going to do this at your house, the bottoms of these are not utilizing the expensive design foam. The bottoms are built up with free stuff that comes to us shipping, whether it's coming in our packaging of window coverings or in our merchandise, whatever you get at home. That white styrofoam below the good bricks is a riser and fills in for free so that your good bricks on top are where your stems are inserted.
Can I ask you a question before you get too far on that? So Kathy is looking for recommendations on what colors you would use in a wreath for a red front door for fall. Are we talking bright red, deep red?
For fall, definitely
fall colors on a red door.
I'd put a lot of gold on it to make sure the contrast was there. And if it has any red, then it would be just the amount that comes along with something like this berry, for instance. This has a lot of gold. It's got a little bit of orange. But if you were to do this on your door with a gold, like this salal leaf is really pretty. You could use a gold rum bush and cut this up for contrast. What else would be sharp? Whatever's laying against the door, you want that to be the goldy color. So if you were to use red rust leaves on a red door, this looks really great all together. But when this lays on the door, it'll just from a distance wash right in. So I always think about what it looks like from the street when you're driving or walking, and not so much what it is like right when you're standing in front of it, because you just can't see this if it's blending into your door. So that's my 2 cents worth on contrast. Orange, of course, is nice too, but the gold is going to have a stronger impact from the street than orange would.
Makes sense.
Okay, love these colors though. This berry, by the way, is considered a weather-resistant berry, and are weather-resistant, WP, what does that say?
That's
waterproof.
Yeah.
So they are coating the stem of what appears to be a paper wrap, but these things are actually like a thicker plastic wrap around the stems, and that one is outdoor safe based on the vendor's recommendation.
Oh, I forgot to get you a Chinese lantern.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that one next. So these, this would be 2 blocks of foam. They are glued together in the middle. You can see my sloppy glue happening there. 2 scraps to space in here. That way, if the wind catches this and I have just the 2 bricks, the whole situation tweaking like this could pop these bricks out because they can move. But when they're wedged, even with something small, those 2 bricks now cannot move side to side. There's also gravel in this pot. It's solid on the bottom. There's no holes. So if I put gravel or sand in here, it's adding weight, which is going to make this stable outside. The other problem that can happen is if you do get this in the water and you have gravel or sand, you don't want it to leak out, the water can fill up in here. So you have to kind of think about where it's going to go. If you really need it to drain, put small holes, use pea gravel, not sand, so that you can have both holes and weight. These are very interesting things to consider, but they come up on my radar. When we do these designs, I always turn my foam this way and design at the back of the foam, working forward, instead of, like, I don't want to utilize this tiny little scrap because it'll probably break if I put a lot of stuff in it. And I want my stem to be able to sit all the way to the back of the pot. So that's why I would turn my material this way and put this tall stem in the back. This piece is probably a regular price foxtail. I'm just going to say I see it here in my showroom marked at $24.50 as an everyday item.
Yep, definitely everyday.
So we've been using it all year. We actually use this in a base design for everyday drop-ins too. And this has little foxtails that are wired and stems of grass that are wired. So you could fan it open or you could leave it upright. I just want to use it as filler. So I think it's good for heights. It's plastic, works good outside, and you could also use it in the spring. Let's get another one of these green laurel bushes out. We're just going to fill over top of this foam a little bit and then start adding some color in. So these two things, shove it way in. Again, if you're just jumping on, these are ideas. I'm not adding this pot up now that we've switched to foam, because this segment's more about how to select the bushes that you would put together on your own. And I haven't added up the components to create a design.
Carolyn's wondering, do birds eat stems with berries? I haven't noticed a problem.
Nope, I have not noticed birds eating them. Cats might.
My
Seems
cat
like cats
loves the
chew
berries.
on foam berries.
She's never chewed. Well, I shouldn't say never. She likes the berries when they're falling off, and you have that straggler, crabapple berry. She chases them around, but I don't think she's ever actually like gone and gnawed on a design ever.
And other cats do. I mean, some customers tell me that their cat will jump at something on the wall to knock it down so that they can get at it. Yes.
My cat's too lazy.
Somebody was telling me her cat while she was at work was jumping at a wreath, like scratching the wall.
Oh my God.
And pulling on the wreath and pulling the materials off the wreath so that they could chew on it. So she got home and her wreath was like half destroyed but still hanging.
God.
And the wall was half destroyed from the cat.
That's crazy.
Naughty.
Mochi's too lazy.
Naughty kitty. Mochi's too fat to jump. Let's just face it.
Hey, she is only 13 pounds.
I'm bending this stem because I want to cut it, but there is Chinese lantern here that comes in 3 colors. I'm going to use these 2 neutral colors, and I'm going to use all these neutral components down here. But we also have a 3rd color choice for your consideration. These 3 pieces come in these 3 colors. There you go. I just think the brown's not going to help us much outside. We're going to use these lighter colors. So by bending it, I can avoid cutting just for the purpose of showing you the combo today. There we go. We got some contrasty, light colored things spiking out of the green.
I like it because it's kind of everyday, but now it's getting a little seasonal.
It's getting a little weedy. So then let's put in, we're going to need another plant down here because that's not cutting it. Let me grab another everyday plant. This is a very good one. Well, maybe I shouldn't show this. We have one here. Do we still have a Fittonia online?
Let me check.
What else is regular green at the bottom?
Yeah, we have the Fittonia hanging bush for $39.
Good. This is an everyday one. It's really long.
It's very big.
This is a big one. See how much hanger we have here. So you could cut.
Brenda says her birds do eat the berries.
They do. And what do they eat them? Like if they ingest them?
Or are they picking at them?
They must not eat them. They must pick at them. I can't imagine why they wouldn't have problems if they ate foam.
Probably.
I don't know. Have you paid attention to what happens to these birds after they eat them? I don't want to be responsible for hurting little birds in nature with berries, but if they're dumb enough to ingest them, I guess you can't help it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be covering any problems at the bottom of this pot, considering how much is going on here. That is a full sweep of green at the bottom. And then I'm going to add in a couple of high contrast showy things. This is the dried look grass bush in cream. Love that. It's plastic, but it does look dried.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can get that to be a low high contrast item against the laurel. That looks really good and weedy. And then we can also find a spot for our little cabbage friend. The kale or cabbage comes in plum.
Cabbage, I think is what it's called.
We can open him up a little bit. He's kind of a beigey mauve color, but he looks good with the gold up here. I like the color combo. And he's short, so it always has to go in the very front, down low as an option. Do we need to add more? Hardly even needs anything else. Maybe I'll fan one of those cream pieces out behind it to get some color. There we go. He looks better. Nestled amongst the dried let grass. And then one thing I thought would look pretty in here, but maybe is really not needing the extra color, would be this large stem of silver dollar eucalyptus in light brown. So some of these items that I'm grabbing are everyday items because we use them year round, but it does give you an idea of some alternative, not orange, fall-ish looking items. It's maybe more of a neutral, less seasonal kind of look for you as a for instance. So good tips and tricks for combinations today. Hopefully that gives you some inspiration and helps you think outside the box from what you have been doing. Maybe your house is dark and you need really light colors against the siding so that it stands out. All of these things would maybe show up better for you than dark burgundy or dark orange tones. Potentially, yes. Okay, I've got a couple more foam planters ready to go here. Kate's going to keep those off camera. Yep. Let's see if we can use some more, back to the oranges, some new things.
And just to note, the fall sale is continuing. All fall is 15% off. The fragrances, textiles, the stems, even floral designs. So you can shop all of these beautiful stems online, automatically on sale, which is so nice. And hopefully a lot of you took advantage of the free mold cider votive that we gave away this weekend.
I think you did.
I think
a
so
lot of
too.
Them are getting, everybody's packing those up and getting them out today, and we didn't run out. So everyone got one. That's good.
Yeah, it looked great. Anne said the birds make a nest in my wreaths hanging on my front door. I use all wood and no florals. You know, I just put someone told me this on here in a chat once, ball of tinfoil. So I do a bow, you know, low front, and then a tinfoil ball will prevent them from putting a nest there. That's all you have to do.
Isn't it the wrong time of the year for birds to make nests?
Well, yeah, not right now.
Or
in the spring.
It's a spring thing.
Yeah, it's a spring thing.
Or do they?
But that is what you can do, is just put a little ball of tinfoil.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
like lay tinfoil down, and it will keep them away, which is so smart.
Skeleton reflectivity.
Yes.
So this is an extra large stem here. The mini maple leaf spray is 42 inches. I've literally stuck it behind the foam just for the purpose of not cutting it off today. So what I am adding at 42 inches is a lot of height to this pot, and you could definitely use these stems. All three of these are very, very tall if you needed a nice height for your planter. So this is our large, really good woody stem. In fact, I should show you how nice this stem looks. It is plastic, but it looks like a natural twig. What did I misplace?
Oh, no, nothing. Someone's just looking for the two marigolds, and I only see one in this room, so I'm going to go try to find the other one.
This one here?
Oh, yeah, it's right next to you. They want to see the two marigolds next to each other.
Oh, yeah, these are very different marigolds.
Very different. This one is on sale for 10. That one's on sale for 25. You can see the difference. The proof is in the pudding there.
And look at the leaves, too. This one has more realistic leaves. This one has your standard.
Large height difference as well.
Fullness, I'd say.
Yeah,
fullness, not as much the height.
It looks smaller when you're holding it like that, but...
Well, and if I fan them out?
It's good to see the difference.
Those are the two different marigolds that we have. Both of them are limited, probably, in availability. This is our aspen leaf, Kate's absolute favorite. I love this one every year, too.
It's the best. Truly the best.
It looks amazing, even just a vase full of them.
This chair is so squeaky.
Are you squeaking over
Every time I sit or adjust, it's like squeak, squeak.
And then our Chinese lantern. So we're kind of getting a combo of orangey reds up here. You know, every time I stand behind it, maybe you can see it better, because otherwise the background behind me is so busy you can't tell my planter. I'll put my blue shirt between. So these are needing to be cut a little shorter for this foam, but I'm just going to place them behind the foam so I can get it all in here without cutting it. Again, ideas for you. Ideas in combination, not so much about the execution of this. I also think this sunflower bush is going to look amazing in here, and then we can truly stagger our heights a little bit lower. So this one, you really want this leaf situation to get all the way down to the dirt or your foam, because when you do, then your leaves are helping make your planter look a lot fuller. Plus the stability of having it tucked in low is going to make it more stable in the wind outside. So getting that tucked in there is a good thing. I love that large flame colored bush. And we also could then bring our gold color down. Now we've already used our gold mum. So let's use the orange rust mum. This is called orange rust over here on this side, so that we've got a bush of sunflowers and a bush of mums filling and sharing all the real estate here at the bottom of the pot. So that's making it look quite full. I think we could use our contrasty berry kind of spiking out of the sunflower. That looks good. Breaks up the roundness of that sunflower a little bit over on one side. How are we doing? And it looks like we're going to need some leaves at the bottom. So we may have a short quantity, not very many, of this little shorty short bush. It's so useful because that's all it is this all short stems, no trailers. And sometimes for filling in, that's the most ideal thing. This is the maple bush, but it's 16 inches tall and it has 5 segments to it if I pull it open. So I'm going to guess that's really low in quantity, but I can tuck it around to the side and underneath the mum over here. That fills in very nice and full. So you kind of have a bunch of stuff spiking up, and then these lower clustery things filling in at the bottom. And on the other side, if you need some filler, we could go back to the trailing vine, would be one choice.
I love that.
Or this, oh, actually I'm going to switch. Or this leaf. Okay, this
I love that berry.
The same color as this tall one, but this is a very flat spray. And this is a really nicely shaped twig. So basically what I want to do is remove what I just did. Again, my logic, look at how much yellow and gold. It'll contrast over here against the flame sunflower and fill, because I just need a little filler on both sides and I'm just wanting to use something different. But look how much prettier this one looks over here. So that's why we're going to make that switcheroo. A design decision at the last minute. So that's going to stand out underneath and fill in our planter under the mum and give some fullness to hide our mechanics and to make our plot look whiter, if that's what we're needing. So there we are. Okay. So we've got the mums contrasting with the red leaf that is called brick red, I think.
Yeah.
On that leaf spray. We've got this maple bush contrasting with the sunflower. The berry kind of gives some interest spiking out. Up on top, all these are contrasting with each other. Every color is repeated in the design, and that's how the contrast is done. So lots of tall stems here. What is the tall orange first put in? This is the maple, mini maple leaf spray in orange red. Here it is. This is the tall first one put in. And it's a little finer maple leaf. It has a nicer stalk or stem. And they are very similar in color to this flat spray, which is just a plastic 3-part stem that's good for centerpieces too.
On the discussion of the tinfoil, Pat also uses the tinfoil to stop them building nests over her light fixtures. It works most of the time, she said, but a few times the robins have taken the foil down and we've had a battle.
Oh gosh. They will actually not be scared of it. They just take it away. We have a problem with pigeons at our building downtown. And finally, Jim, the guy that's helping me, he's climbing around putting mesh over the eaves of the back roof because they're sitting on the eaves underneath the roof, these 2x4s, and they're just pooping everywhere. But they were not even deterred by the shiny mylar things that I hung.
I think barn swallows are much harder.
And then they didn't care. Yeah.
The barn swallows are really...
These are those mourning doves, though.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, they're either pigeons or I think they're mourning doves is what they are.
Man.
This is a pretty combo.
That is beautiful.
So we've got a really good showy one here.
I personally would take another one of the brick burgundy leaves and put it in the back middle. I like right mine full. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this one's airy, and Kate's saying she would fill it in right in here with more leaves.
Depends on how full you like yours.
More is
more. Even actually some green in the back, that fern would be really nice.
Oh, let's go down to
like
this
a little bit more.
Here's one of my crappy demo pots. So I just keep demoing in the same things over and over again. But let's do something with burgundy. We're just going to make this one up because I have not pre-planned a burgundy.
The berries are outdoor safe. It's called the Full Harvest Berry Crabapple, on sale for $12. I'll drop a link to it so that we have it. It's a new stem that we just got in late. But yes, it's going to be outdoor safe.
Some of these are considered fall stems, like these two Cosmos.
I can give
the mum is fall. I don't know about this ranunculus. Is this considered fall?
I don't remember. Let me check.
These are all, whether you're doing centerpieces or...
Some of them we have in stock for like wedding work or just everyday design colors. So I know the mauve mocha Cosmos and the burgundy Cosmos are on sale.
These are fall items. Yes. Is this mini mum? The pom-pom.
Mini Mum, I think, is on sale.
Pom-pom in burgundy should be on sale. And then this ranunculus.
Yes.
So these are all tones of burgundy.
That is on sale.
And then we have this one burgundy bush here.
Hydrangea.
Thank you, hydrangea. That is also a good match. This way you're seeing all the things that coordinate. And they look very nice with this item we've already used before. That's the mum, the spidery looking mum, but it's just called a mum. So all of that, it would need contrast because this is getting really dark. This is a great item to choose for outside use. I don't know how deep this is, but this is called the Seeded Dusty Bay Leaf Bush, and it's plastic. Show it to you close up. That is a good contrasting item to help brighten it. And what else would be good contrasting in there? Oh yes, the clematis bud here. This is a gray, dusty gray item. That looks good with it. I'm just searching my resources around me. We could also use this really pretty, my brain left me, peperonia. But this is the one that's green.
Not a pepperoni, it's a peperonia.
Peperonia. That's the color that is dark with purple accents. And we also could throw in some spiky contrasting green in this bush that is maybe the Omaha grass bush.
I think it's the Ogallala.
Ogallala.
Different Nebraska towns.
And here is our cabbage in plum. So look at all these components together as options to coordinate and make a more plum to mauve combination. Let's try this out and see how we did.
Robin's wondering if you can do something with a magnolia spray. Do you have like a white magnolia flower, or are you thinking more of a magnolia leaf?
We do have a brown magnolia leaf that's really different, but if you mean a magnolia flower, I'm trying to think what magnolia flower we have for the fall or in stock right now at all. I'm not sure about that. We're going to put this hydrangea in. Kate went to look. She'll let me know. The hydrangea is very full, and it has a nice staggered shape to it. So it really balances itself out well in how the lengths of the blooms are. They're not all straight across. So, oh, okay. Kate found a couple magnolia things. She found the cream magnolia. This is a leaf, but maybe you're going to let me know if you meant
fall style, yeah.
Yeah, this is new. Did you mean fall leaves or did you mean blooms? In which case we have the cream or the really white one in stock. This is the same flower here. That could be used outside, but it's pretty white compared to some of these other things. Like this is white, but this is even whiter. So maybe, I just don't think I've had magnolias coming in much for fall. We do have magnolias for Christmas. However, if you want to wait and hang out and see what shows up for Christmas, that'll be fun. Okay, let's get this bay leaf where it's going to contrast. I think it's going to look good sort of over here next to the hydrangea. And it should fan out and down. There's quite a bit to it. Up through, out, down. I can spread it around so it kind of shows without cutting it. kind of stick it through the hydrangea since it's taller. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So it's showy and it does spike out nicely. Let's put this guy in. I bet he's going to show up well too. We're going to spike him out to the side. This is going to get a little weedy with these spiky items. Oh, that looks good. And now I suppose that's going to give us a spot for the cabbage to hang out because he doesn't have any height. So you need something spiky around him. And he's basically the same color as this bay leaf. So that way they coordinate well together and the spikiness of the grass keeps it nice and loose over here. So that's not bad at all. We could add some height with, what does this Mocha Cosmos look like if we spike the Mocha Cosmos up on top? And see how that looks. Might need more than one. These also need a lot of shaping. Look at how straight they are. Just straight from the box. It's not very natural, but we can give it some kinks to help it look less severe straight. And then here it is shaped. Let's see if I can get a little bit more down low here. 2 pieces in there. I'm staggering one a little bit lower by bending it. So that's looking interesting. And I also feel like you would really notice, so we don't need more burgundy because this is pretty full with the hydrangea, but he's a good choice. We really don't need more burgundy for height, but also a pretty choice if you like that mini mum. And we're leaving the blue or the dark burgundy cosmos out of the top and opting for the contrast of the mocha one. Okay, I'm not paying attention very closely to all the comments. Hopefully I'm not missing anything that you're needing.
Well, they're just loving the combinations. Robin has the leaves, garland, and the spray.
Okay, well that's a good one.
Yeah,
because
it's beautiful.
I feel like we're going through it pretty fast. It came in right before I did my house, and
Did you show that Magnolia spray?
I did. I showed the spray and the leaf.
Yes.
So then I like the clematis bud. It is the lightest thing in the pot, and it might look good to repeat another light thing down low. But I only grabbed one bud. That's
okay. A sedum would be nice there as well.
Sedum.
Mm-hmm. The pink sedum.
Pink sedum?
You know what I'm talking about. It's a sedum bush. Do you want it?
I'm trying to think what that is.
I'll grab it.
Sedum bush. Well, that's all right. I mean, we could envision the second clematis.
There's lots that you could do.
Here. Yeah, I'd probably just add another clematis down below so that it would appear in 2 places.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully you can see the color combo. And this is kind of what it's about, just creating some different combinations, things that I like to put together to get you started. And then you can always tweak it from there and make it your own at your house. I love the look though of this burgundy. It's just got to look contrasty wherever you're putting it and however you're coordinating it. But this is a nice combination.
Yeah.
What about, we didn't do any blue, and we also
have
didn't
about
show
10
our
minutes. What do you
sunflowers.
think?
I think you better show me the sunflowers that we have. There we go. I'm out of pots. I don't have any more pots.
Well, you could just take that one apart or hold.
But I'll just show you some combinations. Also for sunflowers, since this is a good year for some unusual sunflowers. This rusty color is brown. This is considered brown.
I wanted to make sure we find some things to style with these two.
Oh, she's got more mats that we didn't make.
Yeah, sometimes it's helpful to base a look on a sassafras mat.
Well, I'll tell you what would go best with these mats. These two right here with the pumpkins. Now I'm getting distracted. Let's finish the thought.
What's new?
This is our sunflower choice. We have talked about, we talked about the large gold ones that I've already used. Or did I? Did I use the large gold ones?
What are you talking about? Sunflowers?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to quickly review sunflowers, and then I'm going to tell you about these mats because I have a good idea what goes with them. So we do have a large, more lemony yellow sunflower versus a large, more golden sunflower. This is important to note because you can't tell these things side by side otherwise. This tall one that is the more gold color will be your 30-inch yellow. And this other guy for $10 or $10.50 is the 25-inch. So that's the difference. 25-inch here versus 30-inch. 2 different tones. This golden tone will be available also in the short guy with the bud. This is a really good bud. This one is the late autumn vintage sunflower spray. Very similar color, different fabrics. And then the one I used earlier, this triple. Whoops, what's he called? The triple one is the 18-inch orange rust combination. So here is some sunflower choices in gold. Orange rust, vintage, yellow, but he's 30 inches tall, and yellow, but he's only 25 inches tall. And then how pretty does that look with this rusty brown? It's just called brown though. And I think we sold out of the triple brown probably last weekend.
So yeah, we sold out of a lot, especially with DIY weekend.
So also, we did, I thought recently, get in a cream bush of sunflowars that we don't have in here.
That's been long since sold out, Mom.
Okay.
You keep talking about the cream.
Never mind.
She's determined to find the cream sunflower bush that
I thought it just came in late.
No, it's sold out
Okay.
instantly.
Never mind about that.
There is one that's
stems. We have stems.
There is one cream bush, but I think there's only like a few left. There's like hardly any.
So back to the idea of what to do with our mats and how to coordinate. So this pumpkin is really pretty with the aqua blue background. I don't have, of course, aqua blue flowers, but if you had aqua blue pottery on your front porch and you did this mat, or maybe you have pillows, maybe you have upholstered cushions on a nearby bench or love seat or chair, that would be sharp. And I really, really think you could take advantage of these little metal picks that come in, these metal pumpkin stakes. So this one comes with these two, here you can see the two stakes on it. It's a shorty guy. He is so fun. $22.50 was his regular price. Of course, he's on sale, but I would put that pumpkin in my planter with this mat somewhere.
That would be cute.
And then worry about blue accessories more than the fact that we don't have any blue flowers that are going to do your blue color.
And we do have
that's sharp.
The cream sunflower bush we do have is limited availability, online only. So I dropped a link to it if you guys are looking for it.
So it's not here.
It's not here, and it's limited in availability, but it is oh so pretty, and it even has a bud, which is really nice when they have mixed size of flower heads.
Clean out one of my pots really quick. I have a fast idea. So then we've got this type of outdoor planter pick. This is the big one. Here we have long, long stakes, and the whole thing stands up much taller. It doesn't really say, but it's looking to me like it's over 2 feet tall. And this is the double. There's a couple other variations that you're going to see online for these. They were regularly $35, and the metal pumpkin yardsticks, there's two styles. So that looks great with the blue. Thanks. And I think we don't. This one? Yeah. I think we don't have any outdoor safe blue stems that I would recommend because our berries are not going to do great outside. Oh,
we just have this one blue sunflower bush that's also almost
Is this online?
This, yeah.
Oh, this is online? Okay. Well, it's almost gone. We have only one at the store, and she says it's online.
Yes.
So that could do it.
That one's almost gone too. Everything, we have a beautiful assortment, but limited availability in everything.
And then I don't mean to not show you the key piece of, sometimes these green things are the most important, are these bushes. This is your mixed maple, but it's going to be called the Japanese maple leaf vine in orange. This is very full and super showy. I've carried this one for maybe 3 years because it does so well outside. Very flat. You have to shape him a lot and separate all the sections. So here is me giving you the speed shaping tutorial. Just bend them and get the flatness out of each stem. You see how you sort of have to give it some bends and crimps, and then you're going to have a much fuller looking bush if you do that. So there's a lot of material here. You just got to get a little rough with it, and that's going to fill a planter significantly. Here, we'll stick him in there so you can see how full that looks then. And the contrast for your blue sunflower would be wow, big time wow. So I guess there's a few of those. I thought maybe they were gone online. Didn't want to show you something that's gone and get y'all worried about something that isn't around.
I mean, everything's super limited. It's crazy.
It is.
Good. Terry got 2 of those cream sunflower bushes that are almost gone. Deborah has the blue sunflowers. She loves those. So does Ruth. She has those too.
Good. Everybody's getting them. Okay.
Everything's just kind of limited as we
You've
get
already been busy
to the
shopping.
season.
So there is a cute combination to go with your mat.
That's super cute. I love
and
that.
that is the $13.50 regular priced item. So that means it's just about $10 for these switch outs for color. So you can definitely justify switching them for every season. We have our Christmas ones ready to go shortly as well. So very fun. You guys are really having some good inspo today. Hopefully it's helping you finish your decorating projects or inspire you if you haven't started. Mine are kind of underway, but my plants out in front of my house are really blooming yet. I have a big perennial bed and they're just happy as can be with the heat. Nobody's gotten too cold, nothing's died, and I have all kinds of things that'll croak at the first touch of frost.
My lawn's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, you got to put a lot of water on the lawn these days, that's for sure. So this is a very fun one, actually. Somebody ought to be doing this look. It's easy and it's high contrast.
Ruth said that combo with the mat and pumpkin, wowza.
It is wowza. Somebody can be inspired by this one.
Yes.
Okay.
It's so pretty.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out today. We have lots of projects going on while we're closed today on Mondays. If you have any questions, make sure you catch the store on Tuesday morning. We open at 10 a.m. Central, and we'll be back
or send us an email.
Night. Yep, messages on Facebook. We'll be back tomorrow night with our live at 5 Central Time.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great one. Bye-bye.